Gotcha. Alright, I've been told that we are ready to go for Silas Simon running Shrek Extra Large, so y'all get ready for this, and somebody once told me it was time to get this run going, so let's get it going. Hello, Simon. Are you ready for Shrek Extra Large?
Hey, Big Law, I'm doing pretty well today, man. Yes, I am ready for some Shrek. I hope you guys are ready, because I don't know if any of you guys are ready, because I mean, man, there's a lot to take in. I hope you guys are buckled up. So we're going for a ride. Oh. Let's see, can you hear me, Big Law? Sorry.
I can hear you just fine.
Okay, cool. Just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, just be sure to count our restream in.
Okay. Sorry, I wasn't sure if you were live. My bad.
Yeah, no, we're good. We see Shrek's beautiful face.
Okay, cool. Good. Oh god. Oh jeez.
Come on, jump into the mirror.
Yeah. So we are good to go for the run.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, whenever you guys are good, I'm good.
Do you want me to count you in, or would you
I can
count it?
Oh, I can count down, sure. So I'll give a little brief explanation of the game, I guess. So Shrek Extra Large, if you guys haven't heard of this game, I'm sure a lot of you, I don't know, I'm sure, like, I've seen a lot of people have seen this game, but, like, obviously, I imagine not a lot of people have played it or beat it, but Shrek Extra Large is, it's a GameCube game. It's a GameCube exclusive game, although it's basically, like, it's kind of a port of the Xbox Shrek game, but it's it has some, like, graphical differences. Like, there's a little bit of I think it looks a tiny bit, I guess, worse almost, but there's a couple more levels, and some of the level designs are a little bit different overall. But there's definitely a lot of cool things about the game. I would say I would kind of compare it almost to, like, Super Mario 64, but with Shrek. So there's a lot of cool stuff like wall kicking and platform skipping and interesting stuff we do along the way. But yeah, so I will count you down here. Time will start whenever I press continue without saving. So time will start in 3, 2, 1, go. So I mash A immediately as I start time there, so I can skip a cutscene. There's a cutscene right at the beginning of the game. So we skip that right away, and then we're into the tutorial level, which is Shrek Swamp. Shrek Swamp teaches you how to do all sorts of stuff that you can do in the game, all the basic mechanics of the game, like wall kicking and combat mechanics and whatnot. And the magic mirror here teaches you all about it. It's kind of interesting, but the magic mirror is actually, like, probably one of the few characters in the game that are actually from the movie. There's a lot of characters in this game that are just strictly unique to the game. It's not one of those types of movie games where it closely follows the plot of the movie or anything. It's actually pretty much its own goofy, unique thing, but pretty much you start off the game with the narrator telling you that Shrek finds out that Fiona has been kidnapped, and she's been kidnapped by an evil wizard named Merlin, and he needs to go and save her by doing a bunch of different things. First, he has to go and find the evil Ice Queen, because Merlin appears to Shrek and tells him that the Ice Queen has Fiona, and to save her, he needs to go and fight her. So we're making our way to go and find the Ice Queen. But to do that, we need to do a bunch of different quests throughout the game. There's this big barrier that surrounds all of the levels that you haven't unlocked in the game yet. And to make the levels unlock, you have to do 4 what are called good deeds. They're basically just quests. You have to do 4 quests per area, and these quests include stuff like a couple of escort missions like this. Everybody loves escort missions, of course. There's a good amount of those in this game, but some of them are more interesting than others. Like, some of them, instead of having to let the NPCs follow you, you just throw the NPCs into them. So it's pretty great. Shrek's pretty terrifying in this game. He runs really fast, and just imagine this giant green ogre just barreling at you at like 30 miles an hour while kicking his way up mountains, and it's pretty glorious. But yeah, there's a lot of really interesting tech in this game. There's some pretty cool tricks that we do, like if you noticed, I didn't explain, I totally skipped this. There's a fart and burp mechanic, which is really important. I can't believe I skipped that, but there is a fart and burp mechanic, which is all mapped to the R button. And if you press down the fart button, normally farts just stun enemies, but if you grab chili pepper as well, it'll let you breathe fire and also explode your farts into like a big fiery explosion. Oh, nice, I messed that up, dang. I gotta get back up there, but yeah, it's pretty nuts. You can do some pretty interesting platform skipping with those explosions, because sort of like in Ocarina of Time, where the bombs have like a hitbox on their explosions, you can pretty much use that hitbox that pushes you away to push you into the air when you explode your fart, and you can do what is called a fart boost jump. And it is an extremely useful piece of tech that we can use to skip a lot of like platforming and stuff. So it's pretty fun. But we're flying through these levels. So we just finished the second level there, Enchanted Forest, and now we're on to the next level, the Mother Goose Land. And Shrek, you'll kind of see throughout all of these levels, there's like big patches of ice that are, or like patches of snow that are around these levels, and that's because we're kind of trailing the Ice Queen on our way to her lair, and we need to talk to a bunch of NPCs in the area to figure out where we need to go to get to the Ice Queen. Alright, so we just yeeted all of those eggs into their nest, and now the next quest we do is another type of escort quest where we need to gather up all these sheep and kick them into their pens for Little Bo Peep. There's 5 of these sheep as well. And spawns have been pretty decent. These spawns are random where they spawn, so that was actually really, really nice. That sheep section was great. I didn't talk to the farmer though, so I kind of messed that up. Oh, no, you know what? I did talk to the farmer. I am bad. I totally did that and didn't even think about it. I forgot that I talked to him already. That's how much I autopilot in this game. I like hardly think about what I'm doing since I've run this game so much. I can kind of run. It's kind of like a game that I feel like is almost like learning how to ride a bike. I mean, a lot of games are like that where you just develop the muscle memory. And yeah, I honestly thought that I might have skipped the dialogue with the farmer there. But anyway, we finished this level by going and farting on a cow. And we skip the little tutorial there that teaches us how to do a power punch. The power punch is pretty nice. You hold Y to charge up your punch, and then if you punch an enemy, it will instantly knock them out. And that can be pretty useful in some areas. And it's supposed to be intended for one thing in particular, but we only use it for, I don't know, there's like a couple of instances where we use it, where we pretty much need to like beat up enemies or whatever. But this next level here is Sweetsville Industrial Park. We are about a third of the way, about a quarter or a third of the way through the game now. getting through it. It's there's a lot going on. Sorry, there's a ton of stuff to explain, but all sorts of quests going on here. A lot of the levels we can do quests. Nice, I messed that up. I'll go and get the other NPC here while I wait for that guy to wake up. There's a lot of quests you can do in certain levels while you're completing other quests. So like I went and punched that machine in that building over there, and what that will do is it'll start a timer that counts down, and they fixed it. Nice. That sucks. That's a huge waste of time. Now I have to go and break it again. So what happens with the machine there? Nice. I'm also gonna take this safe here because I'm kind of low on health. The machine down there, if you knock out the orange guards down there, normally they should get distracted enough to the point where you should be able to go and do the rest of the quests here without having to worry about them fixing it. But now I have to go and do that because the one guy that's in the building managed to make it to the machine. Dang it. Yeah, you can save like a good 30 seconds or so, because before what we used to do is just beat up the enemies and wait in here, but it's obviously a bit faster if you can complete a bunch of other quests at the same time. This quest here, we have to wait for this to be over so we can start the next quest too, so unfortunate waste of time, but it's not that big of a deal. Alright, so now the machine finally broke and all of these steam tubes will break, and we just need to go and punch all of them to break them some more before any of the orange suit guys fix them, and that's the end of that quest. So we're finally getting to the Molasses sewers. This is pretty much one of the hardest levels in the game to get all of the speed strats you want to work out right, but it's pretty cool. It's got a lot of really cool strats. So we wall kick the right side of that wall there. For some reason, that side of the wall is wall kickable, but no other part of it is. So it's pretty convenient, but we use the chili pepper there to do a fart boost jump up to the platform, and we have a bunch of ice cream guards we need to melt here. These ice cream guards are the henchmen of the Ice Queen, and the way we take down these guards is we need to throw them into any fire source or fire fart on them to melt them. Just imagine dying to a fire fart. Like, man, what a way to go. Like, I mean, if it's by Shrek, I guess I can accept that. But anyway, so there's some interesting platform skipping we can do here if I can manage to get up here. Nice. So you can skip this entire like spiral area up here. You have to like walk along the walls and follow this pipe to get all the way up there. But if you just do some fancy wall kicking and fart boost jump, you can just skip all of that and get all the way up there. It's pretty nice. So as I said, some of the other levels you can complete a bunch of quests while you're doing other quests, and some other levels, like this level, you have to do them in order, but you can still kind of complete, you can do like parts of the quest, and then whenever you just walk into the room where these like blue coat guys, there's 5 of them, and I placed them into their little workstations, or tried to get them as close as I could, so that whenever I walk into the room they're in and load them into the game's memory, they will activate their little workstation, so it's pretty nice. It's definitely a bit faster than going and gathering them up later, so you want to do that. And then there's this last guy here we need to put into place, and then we have another quest here where we need to punch a bunch of valves. We actually go out of our way to punch the last valve here because for whatever reason that will teleport you to the beginning of the quest again, and we can use the chili pepper we grab from in front of the last valve to fart boost our way up to the first valve, and that saves like only a second. But it's some time saved, so it's kind of neat tech. But yeah, we just do some more fancy wall kicking if I can manage to do it without messing it up. Dang it. Do it, Shrek. Shrek wall kick. There we go. Alright, and then we wall kick over here, and then we need to go and do another fancy fart boost jump wall kicks stuff here to get up to the last valve that we need to punch. And then it will melt the door to the Ice Queen's lair. And now we need to defeat the Ice Queen, so she will tell us what we need to do next in the game. So, normally the Ice Queen here, she'll shoot you with a ton of bullets with her gun. And sometimes she randomly is a lot more aggressive, so sometimes she'll do that. Like right now, she's being a little bit aggressive here. So, nice, I got knocked down. So she'll sometimes randomly be more aggressive, and you want to try and stun lock her a bit with those fire parts, but she'll have invincibility frames in between your hits, so she can use that opportunity to shoot you off the platform there like that, which is kind of slow, but not a huge deal. Definitely manageable. And if you're really, really good with wall kicking, you can wall kick back up there pretty quick. Or if you have fire, you can just fart back up there. Alright, so we defeated the Ice Queen, and then she tells us that Merlin double-crossed her and took Fiona to his evil like castle. I don't know how a castle can be evil, but it's an evil fortress, so that is what the game refers to it as. So you guys will see that soon once we get to the end of the game, but first we got to do some more good deeds for these guys. We go and grab a clover and bring it to a leprechaun, and then we go and melt the ice around the cart there so that the leprechaun can go about on his way out of the lonely mountain area. This mountain area, this level was actually one of the levels added to the game that were not in the Xbox version of Shrek. Let me punch him. Thank you. So these gnomes here, they're kind of annoying because they will revive their little friends if you don't punch them in time. And they just do that by throwing snowballs at their friends, and you just need to power punch all of these gnomes, and that will finish the level there. Sorry, I just had to cough a little bit. Alright, so...
it's alright.
I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm talking a lot, so I apologize if I'm just... It's kind of hard to contextualize everything, because a lot of it doesn't make sense anyway. Even if you watch the cutscenes.
If you wanted to... If you'd like to take a short break from talking, maybe I can plug a little bit of stuff.
Yeah, go ahead, man. That's fine. Sorry, I don't mean to...
Alright.
I don't mean to talk your guys' heads off.
It's alright, man. So I just wanted to say that we have reached $1,600, which is absolutely fantastic.
Nice.
Let's see if we can push that to $2,000 by the end of the day. If we can do that, that would be absolutely amazing.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
And also one more quick thing. We got Untitled Goose Game, we got the Glitch Exhibition, and that run is coming up relatively soon. So if you want to throw $55 our way for that, we're at $54 out of 105. So we are so close to that. If you want to donate for that, that'd be awesome.
All right. Yeah, you guys do that. That'd be so awesome. So we're now moving on to the Creepy Crypt. This level is kind of a Halloween-themed level. It's a little dark, so my apologies. It's a little hard to see even on the TV feed, but pretty much this level has a lot of interesting strats. The first quest is an escort quest where we need to gather up a bunch of skeletons and bring them up to their crypt area, and then the next quest we did was we need to fart and knock out a bunch we need to fart on and knock out a bunch of evil witches that are being mean to all of the people in the area. I actually forget all the cutscenes kind of explain it, but it really doesn't make any sense. So just pretty much we need to fart on a bunch of witches and stuff, and lore is the reason. So we're moving on to the next quest here, which is another escort quest where we need to gather up 5 spiders for their spider mother. There is a neat strat that we do where we just reset the level, and what that does is we are able to get back outside to the beginning of the level, and that will make it a little bit faster for us to gather up the spiders outside first, and then gather up the last 2 here in the basement, and then just gather them all up near the end, and that saves way more time than bringing them all in here separately. So that's nice. Sorry again for the voice cracks. My throat's a little dry. So now we're moving on to the next quest. We need to scare a bunch of bats, and that's actually one thing that's pretty important in that they are gonna knock down. There's a like pillar in the area that we just unlocked from freeing the spiders and stuff, and we need to knock down a magic set of armor that is on that pillar. Nice, I keep messing this up. And that armor will let us resist dragon fire, which is pretty important because Shrek's gonna be coming in contact with some dragons pretty soon. Spoilers. So we get a magic set of armor, and now Shrek's gonna be all dressed up like a knight, kind of like in the movie. And we're gonna start storming the first of 3 castles. The first castle here is the Crown Prince Castle. This level has some fun quests. The first quest is the Crown Prince's wife, the Crown Princess. I don't even think she has a name. She asks us to go and get the Crown Prince and bring him up to the bedroom because he's lazy and won't do it himself. So we need to do that. And one interesting thing about the prince is whenever you carry him, he's a unique NPC in that you carry him like really slowly like this, you guys can see here. But if I mash X while I'm holding L to run, you can actually keep like juggling him in place and carry him all the way up to the top of the stairs. And that's really nice because that saves like easily like a minute or something. It saves like tons of time because of how much faster you get there. It's pretty ridiculous. You hopefully don't want to yeet him off the edge there. There's a slight possibility you might accidentally yeet him off of a ledge or something, and that's pretty bad, but he's pretty heavy, so it's pretty unlikely. So we do that quest, and then we move on to the next quest here. We need to arrest an evil prison guard, and we throw him into the prison cell there, and then the next quest we do is we need to free all 4 of the prisoners here by yeeting them out the window. Oh, nice. Grab them. Some of them you need to grab pretty much blind because of not being able to see them in the cells. So if you can grab them faster, that's always pretty nice. Alright, so we're going to throw that guy over there. We're going to fire fart on him here, and then the last quest we need to do is entertain the Crown Prince by farting on all of the jesters we gathered up there. And now we're on to the second to last level. Man, we've just been flying through this game. You guys just look at all those levels we went through. The memories, man. All the fire farting on ice cream and beating up a bunch of eggs, and it's good. Eating a bunch of sheep. It's good times, man. A tear in my eye. So the second to last level here is the Blue Dragon's Castle. The reason we got the armor there is so that we can gather up all of these little fire-breathing dragons. There's 3 of them in this level, and the way that you lure them is you need to have a knight in your hand. And otherwise they'll just ignore you and they'll just follow whatever knight they find that's the closest, or they'll just kind of chill. But yeah, so we need to go and gather them all up first. If you walk into an area where a dragon is like if you go and load a dragon in by walking into the area that it's in, then it can end up chasing these knights off of the cliff here, and that can waste a bunch of time, so you don't want to go over there too early. But we threw that second knight into the pool here to hope that the second dragon makes it in. He didn't quite, but thankfully he stays right next to the pool anyway. So we go and cool off all those dragons, and while we're gathering up the dragons, you can see I'm lighting a bunch of torches here. The reason we're doing that is when we light all of the torches, that will spawn a key on the bridge. That bridge right above me there. and that will let us get into the castle, which will then let us fight the final boss of the Blue Dragon's castle. So we need to just light up a couple more torches, and you guys saw me kicking a couple of fish there. There's a couple of goldfish in the level, and one of the good deeds you do in this level is you need to go and save the fish by making sure they don't drown in air. And then you need to basketball shoot them into the pool. Alright, we missed one, dang. That's lame. Missing any is kind of bad just because you need to go over to the pool and then drop them in, and that's a little slow. But overall, definitely not too bad. We got like 2 out of 3, and we pretty much almost made the second shot. So we're getting to the last quest of this area, and I bet you guys can't guess who the final boss is to the Blue Dragon's castle. We're gonna do some fancy wall kicking here while you guys think about that. It's probably the fanciest wall kicking in the game. We skip a ton of platforms there. So you go and fart on the cow that jumped over the moon. Again. I think that's I think that is by the lore, like what the lore says. I think it's actually the cow that jumps over the moon. I could be wrong. They do include a lot of fairy tale characters in this game, but anyway. So sorry, I'm talking so much. This level here, the final level. We're on to the final level. Merlin's Dark Tower Fortress of Pure Evil. That is the actual level name. So we start off this level here by throwing a dynamite, a little living piece of dynamite. There's these little dynamites that'll walk around, and if you hit them with any fire source whatsoever, they will explode. And if you hit a fire source too early, that's kind of bad because obviously that wastes some time. But you need to use the dynamite to get through these doors there, and then you grab a magic onion here. There's a few magic onions in the game that let you go and blow up doors with your fire farts. So that's pretty useful there, and we can use it again to blow up that orb in the middle here. Time's going to be coming up here on the 5th hit of Merlin. So there's a few invincibility frames in between each hit, but should be coming up here in just a moment. 4th hit here, and then time is coming up now. And that is Shrek Extra Large. Sorry, there's so much to explain that it's kind of hard to just fit all into a nice 20-something minute package, but it's a really fun speed game. Overall, like, I've put a bit of time into it, so I definitely would say, like, people could be better, and there's some better strats that I don't use if you really put in the practice, but it's a pretty good speed game. It's pretty movement heavy, and if you put a little bit of practice into it, it's pretty fun. And it's really silly, obviously. Casually, I would say it's a pretty alright game. It takes a little bit of time to figure out everything, but it's short. That's probably my main gripe with it, is there's only like 10 levels, so yeah. But hope you guys enjoyed. Hope the commentary was alright. Again, yeah, sorry my throat's a little dry, but I appreciate you guys watching. I appreciate you guys having this run in the SpeedDocsAthon. Hope you guys enjoyed.